Okie dokie. So now, I've cut my collar pattern out and I set that over to the side over here. And what I did, I took another piece of paper, I set it down, and I took it and I traced off the first section, and then I made a little mark, and then I did the same thing on the bottom and I made a little mark. I didn't trace anything past that. We're going to use the pivotal method, pivotal transfer method, in order to do our pivoting, okay, and our slashing and spreading instead of actually slashing the paper. Okay, so if we take our two patterns that we've been using and we match them up at the beginning, remember now we have to find out exactly how much the pattern moves each time. And after looking at it a couple times myself while the video was off, I think it's about 1/8 anyway. But we are about to find out. Okay, so I'm just using this piece of scrap paper that I have to do this. So I take this here and I'm going to go straight down to the bottom through my mark. I'm going to create a mark on my collar, and I'm creating a mark on the piece of paper. Now what this does, when I move it, my mark is going to move on my collar. So once I move it to the next place where it meets at the next little point, I can say okay. Now my collar has moved. Did you see that? You can get up close to it. So now my collar has moved and I have a measurement that it gives me just from doing that to my collar. So here I am with it matched. Now, see, it doesn't help when everything is moving. Okay, so here it is when it's matching. See, I have a mark on my collar and a mark on my paper. Then, when I go from this part matching to this next section matching, hold on. Okay. Then it gives me a different mark. Uh-oh, I got this big old movement. And see, it helps when some of these pieces are like taped down. So if you want to tape the back collar, the collar stand down, that would be awesome. That way you won't have all this ridiculous movement. Okay. So this, then move on to the next mark here. Okay, so see, all 3 times I've gotten a different measurement. So yes, I'm about to tape this down. Consistency is key. And having your box nearby is key also. So I'll take this, tape it down. Take it up there. Okay. Let's go through this again. Alrighty. So I'm going to make a mark here. So that's my mark. So from my mark that's on my collar, I made a mark on my paper. Then I'm going to pivot it until the next section matches. Okay, so I'll stop. Now that's a better measurement. Okay, so you see the measurement between these 2 marks is how much the collar has been spread at that point. Then go to this next mark. I need to draw a line down through it. Now we make the next mark because of the next section that has been matched. Okay, so we just mark a mark down at the bottom, mark it on your collar and on your piece of paper. Okay, so we're looking at it here, we have this marked, And then I'm going to move it until the next mark. And then that gives me my next opening. Okay. And then take my ruler, measure down again through all of it. Take it and then just adjust it to the last little bit. And there we go. So it was moved a quarter there, and about 3/8 there. So we are going to come out here, and I'm going to actually write it on this one. Say spread 1/4, spread 1/4, and I think it was, let me see, what is this? Spread 3/8. Okay. When you bring this here, line up your pieces again, and then you're going to pivot right on the top edge, because this is the actual seam line. So, take this, excuse me, I'm going to draw out 1/4 of an inch. So when this line, I pivot it, I hold it here, and this line matches up, then I can stop moving it. Draw the rest of it to the next section. Draw my little notch. And then I'm going to trace the next section on the bottom. Same deal. Okay. Then I'm going to put my finger here. Go ahead and draw the next amount. And make sure you keep it lined up, because if not, your measurements are going to change on the top line. So draw that one again, draw the top one. Okay, and this one we're going to spread 3/8 of an inch. So I'm going to draw out 1, 2, 3/8. And then pivot until it's lining up. Okay, get closer. And draw it. And we're done. So you can see, they look pretty similar in the angles, because we spreaded it, or we spreaded the new one. That sounds so weird, spreaded. Anyway, we opened up the new one the way we needed it. Now we can just go in and take our ruler and blend it, and we'll be finished. Blend this, and it's okay, like how you see here. Can you see that? Let me make sure. On this first part, hey, I skipped over this part, but I joined it here. You can do that with every one of them. So if you want to circle some ones you need to join, you can do that. Okay. So I'm going to touch from the previous area to that next spot. Okay, so there's that. Now, in the previous collar that we did, you remember it was a nice sharp line. If you still want that, you can do that. You just have to come in and just reshape it downward, okay? So that is totally something you can do, and actually this collar kind of has that curve like that anyway. So that's up to you. You can either shape it like this, or if you want it more pointy, then you can go back like I said. Move that out of the way. You can come in whenever you shape it like this. So just match your points, match the bottom of this to the bottom of that. Just give it a slight curve in the other direction. See how that looks? And this might actually be better to go over the shoulder area if you shape it this way. Now this one is closer to the shape of this anyway, so you may want to keep that one. But anyway, that is really it. You can go in and smooth this out, because we need smooth lines. We don't need all this crooked jaggedness going on. Okay, so that's it. I think I am going to keep the slimmer line and erase the other one. But other than that, all you gotta do is just put your seam allowances on it now and write your name, write your grain line. Grain line is the same as the collar stand, and that's it.